The school management API, the requirement is like this. Let me share the requirement. What's the requirement we're going to see. So every year a new student will join the school, right? New batch of students will join the school, right?
Okay.
So you need to register the new school. If you miss the API, the application you're going to develop, that needs to register the new students information, and that has to retrieve the already existing students information. The same thing we developed, right? I think earlier we developed order and product APIs, right?
Yeah, that's right.
In the similar lines, this API need to take care of the student information, and they maybe stop working in the school, like teachers, non-teaching staff, and teaching staff, and different kinds of people, employees work, right? They need to manage the employee information also. Okay. And school will have different kinds of events, like examinations, and some kind of cultural events, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they need to manage the events also, right? They need to create a new event and retrieve all the events happening in a particular month or something like that, and they want to update the event. They have to manage the events happening in the school, right?
Okay.
So they need to have manage these three objects. One is new students information, employee information, and event information.
Okay.
And we start designing that stuff. And first of all, what we do is we need to identify how these objects look like, how the student object look like, what are different properties of student, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is called data model design. Maybe it involves the backend data model, backend database, or backend design also. We need to take into consideration how we are storing the information in the backend. So based on that, we will develop the API also. This API, what are the different fields of student? So in this example, I take student has a unique number, student number, and student has a name, and the class in which he's studying, and student age or date of birth or GPA, something, these parameters, right? It depends upon the requirement, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And for employee also, employee ID, employee name, school means a majorly take a teacher is the primary employee in the school. So
yeah,
teacher ID, teacher name, subject, which subject the teacher teaches, and teacher qualification, and teacher designation, the senior teacher or something like that. Right. So these are different properties of the teacher. So I recommend you go through this site. This is very, very important. I hope you already visit, or if not visit, please visit this site. Ramel.org. Okay. Ramel.org.
Okay.
So this is the primary document, fundamental document. You start learning, but initially seems little complex, but this document covers the entire Ramel stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Simple Ramel.org.
All right, Ramel.org and learn Ramel.
Yes, exactly. Ramel.org and learn Ramel.
Yeah.
So this document, based on this document, today we're going to discuss. But afterwards, after session, I recommend you go through this document if we have time.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. Then come back to our example. So we need to design the data model, data object, right? So far we developed a few APIs like product API or order API. There we didn't define any data model for the order or product, right? Just to define simple parameter. In today's example, what we're going to do is we identify the resource type and we design the resource also. Okay.
So this is called like a resource type.
Yeah. Resource is not resource type. We add resource and the corresponding data type of resource. This is the data type of resource.
Okay, data type of resource.
Yeah. Because resource is not it is not a string or integer. It's not that kind of type, right? Resource is an object type.
Yeah.
So Similarly, it's a custom object. We need to define the custom object type in random for this. Okay. So let me go through the any point at mulesoft.com. Start create new. Create new here.
Yeah.
One is new API spec and
Yeah.
new fragment. These two are there. Okay. What we majorly design the API spec, but what's a fragment is, what we can do is you can define the data types, all those things you bundle in one fragment, and you can reuse that fragment in multiple API specs. Okay. Fragment is kind of reusable unit.
Reusable.
Unit.
Okay.
So we discuss fragment in different example. Okay, I don't want to discuss all the concepts
Okay.
in one example.
Yeah.
I will discuss the fragment in next example, so the things will be clear. But just remember, fragment is part of API, is subset of API, right? It using fragments we can build API, but fragment is just a part. It's not a complete API step. Okay. You can create a fragment and you can use fragment in multiple APIs, right? If you the same kind of stuff you are using multiple APIs, in that case, you create that as a fragment. You by seeing example you can understand. But as of now, just keep in mind that fragment is a kind of subset of API. Okay. Now we're going to create a new API spec. Here I can make that something like API. First, I need to identify the objects, the resources, right?
Resources, yeah.
So in this API, there are three resources. One is students. So, students. So the best practice is we need to define the resource in plural, not singular. So we can define singular, but it's not the best practice. Always best practice is define the as a plural. Okay.
Yeah.
Plural. Yes. Students. So on students, I want to create if I want to create a new student, I use the method post, right?
Post, yeah.
Post. Just I created the Slack. Okay. This is student type. And, what I can do is, I need to define the data type for the student, right?
Okay.
So for that, what I'm doing is I'm creating one folder in my API spec to create a folder.
Yeah.
The plus symbol over there, click the symbol and create a folder. Okay. In this folder, I will store all my data types, my custom types, right?
Okay.
So I'm naming it as a data types. In this folder, I'm creating a student type.
File, yeah.
File. Now see, this file is not a specification file. Specification file means this is the root file where we have a resource definition, all the definition. But this file is simply a data type file, right?
Data, you're right, data type file.
So data type. And what data type it defines? It defines the student type.
Student
type. This is of type of object.
Yeah.
This type of object, right? It's not an integer type.
Yeah.
Now it has a properties.
Properties
like
Sorry.
Again. of I'm keeping properties. This properties over here. Making sure they align with the single.
So I have a question, Ganesh.
Yeah, please.
I understand you already know what contains in the student and object. You already know. But when you get in a requirement and a case like a real work, how do you know all the object names that you need to design or you need to create this?
I'm sorry, I want to repeat this.
Yeah, so in real example, in real work situation.
Okay, yeah.
So right now we're practicing this because already know what contains in the object, right? Because this is something that you already plan as a lesson.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you have a real case situation at work,
Okay.
do they provide all these object informations or or you know how do you get the object information when you
Yeah,
have a case?
this is a good question. This is actually related to data model design. So it's very key information. It's what is information is traveling between different API layers from system API to process API to application it's an experience API. What
Yeah.
information is flowing between these API layers? If this is system API, right? If you are going to storing this information to database directly to the Salesforce, then you design this object model based on the backend. So what is the database table structure? Based on that, you come to you decide these fields. So what information is going to store into the database, right? Okay. So this information ultimately is stored to backend database. Then relatively, this is equal to the table, right?
Uh,
So based on that backend data model, you design this object
so
model.
they will provide you the information.
Exactly.
They will
Yeah.
tell you this is
Yeah. What information is going to save in this one?
okay.
There are multiple ways you can define this thing. So,
Looks good now.
see, you can define like this, or you can define student number is a field, right? This field.
Yeah.
Is,
So the student number is supposed to be a number or a string, or not a string, a number or integer.
yeah, that depends upon your design. If you make majorly we take the integers when it is a calculated field, like total marks, that one, right?
Yeah.
But student number we don't calculate anything. We usually it keeps a field number as a number, but we take as a string, right?
Okay.
So this is one way of representing a field. Okay, student number. What is the type of the this field is a string field, string type field.
Okay.
And it is required, means is mandatory.
Okay.
So this is other way of representing this the same information. Student, the type of the student name is string, and if you want to represent this is mandatory, by default is mandatory. If you want if you want to make this an optional, then you question mark over here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Question mark means this is optional field. If
Okay.
client doesn't send this field also, it's okay,
Okay.
right? So this is a other way of representation. These are all things given in the Ramal talk. You can go through Ramal
So
talk, you get information.
got it.
Okay?
Got it.
How to make something. See here the other see query parameter. Like this, not covered.
So you come here to see the how the layout, right?
Yeah. How a it's one way. User is a data type where it's kind of object and its
Yeah.
properties. User has two properties, first name and
Yeah.
last name.
Uh,
This first name last name string, age is a number. It is one way we can see here. Organization has the two properties. This again one more product. Manager again one more field. Manager.
call her. I see.
That's one manager, right? Manager type of person. Person is again one more field. You can see here, person. Person as first name. So like this, you can define your data type. Organization has allocable manager, right? Manager is the kind of person, and person information will be. Just I want to tell you how the objects are defined in your RAML. Object means
Okay.
a student object or teacher object or any kind of object. What is how they in syntactically how we define that object. So define that object, the type is of object type. So in my example also I took type is an object. What is object? Sorry, you see this is the student type, right? Student type is object type. Okay. And it has full properties. What are properties? It has a student number,
Yeah.
student
Yeah.
name, class, age, and GPA. These are
That's the
properties
problem.
of student.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the definition of the student, right?
Okay.
And I want to make use of this definition in my RAML. So what I do is, for that I need to first import that definition to my RAML file. Whatever definition type we define. Okay. For that we have the again type below here types. I define the type name as student type. You can define any name, student type.
Type.
That's, I want to include this
Yeah.
RAML over here.
Yeah. So exclamation point. Include.
Data types. Now, in the student, I want to create a new student. For that, I need to use a method called post method, right? Post. And the post has a body.
Body.
And I supply my information JSON format.
JSON.
And here, I can use that type of what type. Here, there are two types: array, integer, boolean,
Object.
Object. It is student type. Already we defined student, right? Student type.
Oh, it already tells you.
Yeah. Okay. So now this will point to
type.
this type.
There. Yeah.
Okay. And this again refers this RAML.
That file.
This RAML is this file.
Yeah.
Right. This information.
And the file has the type of object and the properties. Got it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Now I want to define the get method for this on the students. Get.
You don't wanna provide example in here.
Yeah, we can provide examples also.
Okay.
Get responses. I will make first
So
success
100.
response. First I will see the happy path. We see the error path also today. That has body.
Body.
Yes. What
Jason, type.
student type, but the get returns all the students in your school, right?
Okay.
Okay, this is not a single student. It won't return single student. You get on students returns all the students in a class or school. That is array. So array you represent like this, collection of students. This is the representation of array.
Okay.
Okay. Now you want to define example for students. Okay. So those example I define different folder for my readability purpose.
Okay.
One more folder, an example folder, examples. Okay. This example, I'm creating a file. This file is of example file, right? An example. As a student
For a student, yeah.
example. Student example at random. Let me copy from other API. The single API I already there. Don't want to waste your time. I can explain in this already built API, but that doesn't use computer idea.
Okay, student
It is
one.
already defined resource type of complete API, but I want to show you how this API got defined, right? So
Yeah, I like that.
I'm reading in front of you. Okay, it takes a little time, but just use computer idea how I'm defining the API in a structured manner.
Okay. Okay.
Something like this. Okay. So now I give an example, a different example also. This example JSON, right?
Yeah.
Now I want to include this example to the data type. So I put data type. What I can do is I can come over here. Example. Example. What I can do is so I'm attaching the example to the
data type.
Type, right?
I like that. This is better organization than like a first time we were learning, but we were doing all that in the specification.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is better.
Now see if you see there are two methods on the resource. This resource, one is the post method defined and get method defined.
Yeah.
Right? If you see the get method, so I got an response, but
yeah,
as of now only one student is there. And get one student example over here.
Okay.
This
So
array of students, right? Yeah.
okay. So the type is student type.
Exactly. Yeah.
and that is the file, right?
Yeah, student type is fine. So where I define the student information, how the students look
But
like.
and okay, under the get and method here,
Yeah,
the type is a student type and it's array.
array. Yeah,
You didn't say, like, for example, like include.
yeah.
You didn't pass it as a file. You pass it
Right.
as a array.
So
How does he know that you need to go back to the information in the file?
you are saying this is array. Why you define this an array?
Yeah, this is array, but
Okay.
somehow it knows that you need to fetch it from the file, right? The JSON file.
Yeah. So that's what, right? We are defining the student this type over here, and for
Or
that
student type there.
I'm attaching. Okay, this
Okay, the
student type
file.
equals to this file, this data type
Okay,
primary file.
are we saying that it's array?
Yeah. See here, I'm defining. See, if I don't define an array, it returns a single object. See, it's not an return single student, but on a resource,
Mm.
and a resource, if you are getting, if you use a get method, it
Yeah.
returns all the students information, not a single student information, not a specific student information. It returns all the
Yeah.
student information, but
Okay.
you want to get a specific student information. In a school, there are 100 students,
Yeah.
but you want only the student information with name Hamoud or
Okay.
some ID, right?
Okay.
In
Okay.
that case, you need to define sub-resource. The other day we discussed, right?
Okay.
So sub-resource under the main resource, like student slash
Oh, this is the URI.
student ID. So on the URI, I will pass
Yeah.
student dot six. Sorry.
Yeah.
Student slash 6 means I want to get the information with number 6 student.
Student ID. Okay.
Yeah. Now go back over to the documentation. You can find that student student slash student ID.
Yeah.
I'm enclosing this in a curly braces, but because this has to be sent at runtime.
URI. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Now I want to define this thing. How I define students as student ID. If I want to get a specific student information, I use the get method, right? Get method.
Okay.
Same follows. So get has the responses.
Response 200. Body JSON type.
Here I give only this type. I won't give array over here.
Okay.
Because I'm passing the student information,
Student
ID, whichever student I want, so that I will get only that student information, right? That's singular.
Only one, yeah.
Only one singular. But here get returns all students information inside the student. Therefore, it's array. Right? So if I see get, you see it returns only a single example, only one example, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There's no curly braces enclosing over. Sorry, there are no square brackets enclosing this information.
Right, there's no array.
This is get method understood. Now you will get something over here because I need to define the teacher information also. I have in the school there are teachers and students. Okay, so far we defined the endpoints and data types, all this related to the student.
Yeah.
Now I want to define the similar kind of this resource for the teacher also, right?
Yeah.
So I'm first creating the teacher type over here. File data type. Teacher type. have information in mind.
So I noticed the RAML, everything is lowercase.
Exactly, yeah. That's the best practice. You can
To
define
have
here
it,
place. That's it's
yeah.
not no, it's not wrong, but
Mhm.
usually corporations follow everything in lowercase as best practice.
So this is the teacher type. Properties.
Some kind of so this teacher has right?
And you can even do the example.
Create one file called teacher example.
And a specification, you put it example. You gotta change the type of a file.
Yeah, yeah, that's
You had it.
right.
You had it on the specification.
Correct. But doesn't matter. What I'm doing is I'm removing that root tag. See, for specification file, right? Replace folder. I do something like create. So it creates something like a RAML 1.0. This indicates this is a specification file. Okay.
Oh,
For
so I
root, there is
thought
no
we gotta say
RAML
the
1.0.
type.
This is spec file.
I know, but if you can go, if you right click on the teacher, is there where you can edit? Can you edit this?
I can edit this, no problem. But I removed that line, right? So it's no more a spec file. You can remove
Oh,
this file.
okay. So earlier you were choosing like example
Yeah,
as
exactly.
a type.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you can go by default and then remove the top, the first two lines.
I can put that one. That's I can remove this.
Yeah, you don't have to delete.
Teacher.
Yeah.
If I create a new example, right? New file. Now this one
Yeah.
I take example.
Yeah. Last time.
Create. So I can get something like this named example.
Okay.
I can put this thing over here.
On the other
If you
one.
want,
Yeah.
if you want, I can put this. Put that header as a named example. This is good practice actually.
Yeah.
Remote, but okay, you can keep that one. There's no saying that okay, this file is an example. It says this file example. By seeing the header, you can say that okay, what's this file?
Okay.
For data type CC, this is a data type file.
Yeah.
Example file. If you don't have anything, example data type, only RAML 1.0, that's spec file.
Okay.
That's spec file, there's nothing will be there over here. Example data type, something like that. Okay.
Cool.
Now, and different teacher example.
You were doing the teacher. Yeah.
I want to include the teacher example to the teacher type.
Data type. Yeah.
Okay. So now come over here.
So you call that data type, right? Or you call it types?
Yeah. Example.
Include.
Next, you need to go back next folder.
So
So
that
slash examples teacher example. Okay. Now I define teacher type and example, but I'm not using this type in my spec grammar so far. So far, my spec grammar has only the resources related to students only. Okay, there are no teacher resource defined in the spec grammar. I want to define the teacher resource, but that I'm importing the student teacher type first. Right. So teacher type. I have to say where this teacher type type file is defined.
So include
data types.
Data type.
Right. So this string, you can name it any type. It's not, you can do any name, but this teacher type. Okay, teacher type. Now I want to define the teacher resources.
Resources. Yeah. So we can use that. We can reuse that, right? And just change the.
Stop. Instead of students, I'm putting this. Instead of teacher student type, I need to
teacher type. I did it.
Right. So in your API, if you have, we may have multiple objects like teachers, students, events, blah, blah, blah. You may have some more objects, but for everything, you will be defined like this, right? So, yeah. So far clear, you have any questions so far?
Yeah, so far so good.
Right. Excellent. Now, if you observe these two objects, teachers and students, there are so much similarity, right? So much similarity. Can we reuse? Can we define this model quite efficiently? Yeah, by defining some kind of templates kind of stuff. See, let me copy this thing. See, teachers and students have similar kind of, everything similar, just the resource name is different and the type we are passing is different. That's it.
Yeah.
Rest of thing is everything is similar, right? Okay. So can we have some kind of mechanism? What I meant to say is, I want to define this structure and I want to make use of the structure. See, get responses 200 body JSON and the student type is different, right?
Yeah.
So what I meant is I want to define this structure. And just have a pass instead of putting student type or hard coding over here. What I do is I just put something like this type. Okay. I will pass that type. I will pass the type when using this structure. I will pass what kind of type it want to build. If I pass the student type will come over here. If I pass teacher type, the teacher type will come over here. Okay.
Wow.
Right. So if I build this kind of structure, this is called trait. Trait.
Yeah.
Trait is a reusable structure. Okay, reusable structure for methods. Methods means get method or post method. And this for get, right? Okay, reusable structure. So I can define a trait like this. and whatever type I will pass, that type will come and replace over here, so that we can build the API.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Let me include the try to use the API. Now what I'm doing is I'm creating a one more folder called rights folder.
Right.
In the rights folder, I'm creating one try. This, what I'm defining is like
School is it? I don't know.
response.
Response collection.
Just I'm giving a name as response collection where it retains the collection of responses, means collection of students, a collection of teachers. Some it retains some array. Okay, so I'm defining like this. Right. And what response? This one. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to add stride to the instead of passing the student type. Just you can give anything over here, type or whatever. Okay, it's not right. Here, what I'm doing is instead of this one, download the clients also. Okay.
That's really, it's getting a lot simpler now.
So
Get
get ease of this stride. What is that stride? The stride is this one response. Get is of response collection stride. What is the response collection stride refers to?
that one.
Collection response collection. What is
Wow,
response
wow.
collection? This is the string, right? Okay. And one sec. Here I need to pass the type also. What is type of that one? Response collection. That's
Type name.
instead of type name, just I'm giving that as a type. What's type you need to pass for this student.
Student to type.
So see, the type is some kind of placeholder. The type placeholder defined in this type, which type? Response collection, right? See the response collection, right? There is some placeholder, right? This type. This has to replace. This has to replace by which? By what? By what we replace this one? This type.
Okay.
That has to replace over here with the student type.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we are under the student resource.
Student resource, right? It's a student, right?
Yeah.
So what I can do is I simply copy this thing. I can put it in here. I remove this entire string. So student type. I can pass
It will be teacher type.
teacher. Now get this. Now what I want to define one more right. For a specific student. This collection details, collection of students are collection of teachers, right? It's array.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I want to define a trait for a specific student. So a specific student or specific employee. So
Yeah.
this one. Here I'm creating one more trait. What can I do?
Student.
Specific. I can't give a student or a teacher because it's a generalized thing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You can specific person, something like that. Okay, one person means it might be student or might be
Student.
teacher.
Yeah.
Written specific person.
Okay.
So in the written specific person, right? Instead of student type, what I'm doing is I'm giving some placeholder.
Right. But this time it's not an array, just single. Yeah.
Single, right? Specific written specific type parameter. This is this trait. I'm importing over here in the trait section.
This one, there's a space before the colon. Is that normal?
Colon is normal. You need to put the colon. This one, right? You're asking for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like earlier, like a student type, student type or teacher type.
Yeah.
It was a you colon immediately after the word.
Yeah,
But here there's a space.
I can put space or I can put it.
It doesn't matter, right?
What doesn't matter? Yeah.
Okay.
Now I define this right. I want to make use this right. I don't want to define entire this stuff. Just I want to make use of right. Right. So I'm removing this thing. And what you can do is get this is one syntax, and some people use like this. They put this one. Yeah. Some square brackets. Right.
So you could either say get is responsible and a response collection trait, or you can say get, or you have to use is all the time.
Is on.
Is okay.
Is for using for applying traits. Is a keyword to applying a trait on a method. Okay. So you can use hyphen and put enter thing, or you can put square brackets.
Okay. Either one.
Either one. You can use. Okay. So I can use the same one over here. I remove that entire thing. This response on the stuff. Just
all the goods. Right now, look at this right now. The specification is very clean right now.
Yes, right. Yeah.
But they have to create all these files.
Runtime job. See now, enter thing.
Wow. Wow.
So hope you got the idea what is a trait. Trait is simply a reusable unit.
That's right.
Reusable unit that has to appear the method. Method. Just different trait, and we can reuse wherever you want. Just pass the type, right?
Yeah. Trait.
So that is called a trait.
Student to get post. Student ID get teacher.
Post also you
teacher
can put something like one trait I will post. Create person. Using create person, we can create is either we create a student or we create a teacher, right? So in the create person trait, what I'm doing is copy this thing. Create person trait. Right, what I do? Okay. Instead of the specific type, I'm removing this one.
Body type. This is the create
person, right? I can use this one. Post is create person. The create person first I need to import the create person over here. Create person, right?
Include.
Create person, right? Try to pass the person type. This is of a teacher.
Yeah.
I think I'm applying for the student also. So now this increase the readability and reusability of your code, right? Okay. Tomorrow you want to create an event. Just you create an event.
Yeah.
And you can use that same trait for event also, right? But
Okay.
same trait for event also. Just you need to create event type and event example. That's okay. So you don't want to define this create event code and create the response. Everything is just you make use of this trait and you just pass the event. This code got created, right? Okay. So far good.
Yeah, so far so good.
Excellent. Catch so quickly, so easily. You makes my job so easy. So many people expect they confuse a lot over here. I explain multiple times.
I think the thing is that I like how you organized. You have to have a file type, an example, file example, and a trait. Right?
Right. Yeah.
That's the 3 type files you need, right? You need a data, file, what do you call it? The type file.
Data type file. Yeah.
Data type. That's what I need to learn. Yeah. Data type file.
Yeah.
The second one is that example type.
Example is optional. You want to something you want to showcase to your client.
Yeah.
In that case, if you add example, you can see, you can mark your API and you can showcase how your inputs outputs look like. Yeah.
And the third one is the trait type.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, got it. So and then on the main root file, this is the one you have open right now? Master file?
This master file is a specification file. Yeah.
Specification file. Okay. And then when you configure in here, you go up all the way up. Please, can you go all the way up? After you say after you give the title, you type all the types.
Yeah, all the types.
Then all the traits.
Yeah.
And then you define the resources. Whether post and get.
Exactly.
And you say is and post is and create. Okay, so if post it will be create. You say create person trait. You can name it what. Oh, that one is whatever that you have a type, right?
Yeah.
Is that right, Janish and Garish? So the under post, you say is create personal trait where you highlight it, and that has to be pointing to whatever the type was on the top.
Exactly. This one. It was referring to this trait.
Oh, under trait.
Yeah. Under traits.
Okay. So you say is under, and you point to the traits, right. And the type will equal to the whatever the type you pass in.
Exactly.
In this case is student type because the resource is student.
Exactly. Yeah. Correct.
And you do get is, and you say this is the response collection trait.
Yeah.
You have that already there, and you say type student type. Okay.
Correct.
And this is a URI because we're looking for a specific student ID. Then you say get is a get, and you say return. Yeah, right. You create already return a specific trait, and the type is a student ID. And you do the rest for the other resources.
Exactly.
This is good if you know that all the return, all the JSON examples are the same.
Yeah.
Right?
So, yeah.
If the JSON examples are not the same, you cannot do this way.
No. See, you are defining the data types and examples different folders, right? See, this data type folder, I will define all the student types, teacher type, and example folder. I have student example, teacher examples. So you can, tomorrow, the management asked me to create an event type, event resource. Okay.
Okay.
So I can create a data type over here, event type over here.
For event type there, yeah.
Okay. What is an event? Okay, what is data type? Data type. Type. What is event type is a called type of object. And event has some properties, right?
So it's a different property than other ones, right?
Exactly.
Student and teacher.
So these are event
properties, yeah.
You want to create an event example, that is your wish. You want to create an example, you can put an example, and you can add example over here. That optional. The example makes your API a bit responsive. Okay, you can test without deploying also, but it's not in mandatory. Now,
all the examples are optional.
Are optional. Okay. Now I want to build an event API event. So what I do is I just come over here, school driver, and first I import the event type. Right. Event type.
Include
Data types. Now, see what I can do is just create an.
This is a get or event. Yeah, you have to say it.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I need not, define the things like events.
Event.
Just a pass event type over here. That's it, right? My job is done.
Yeah. Wow.
Type. Space. Type and event.
That's interesting. So this time you didn't define examples.
Yeah. I didn't define example. The disadvantage is I can't see even have event get and post. See here, right? If I get, I won't get anything over here. Yeah, I will get like this event ID, event name, event date, but this is not empty basis, empty, right?
Yeah.
If you give example, I can see example. What event
I see.
That is the one with the example.
So you're because you don't have a data type, it shows you what the data type, right?
Yeah. So see now earlier if I create an event, I need to create all these things, right? The right side I want to define over here like this. I define this one event type is equal to event and response application JSON. It is type is equal to event type. I define all the stuff. Right? Okay. But my job is simply just create a data type, and if you want to create an example, just create an example. Next thing is just you can reuse that one, right? Okay. So next thing is now what I did is I created the event and I copy the everything and I can replace that one, right? Okay. So even better, what you do is you can define something called resource type. Okay. Resource type is called a resource template. See, I copied the teachers and I just pasted the teacher's code and I changed as an event. Yeah. Right. Even that is also not necessary. Even you can define some template for this resource. Okay. So if I just pass it that the resource name to the template, you will create all the code. That is called resource type. For entire resource, I can create template. Entire resource. Wow. Yeah. Let me create one resource type. what I want to do is I want to create something like this.
So you're saying that I think now, the way you show me right now is, easy way to do it. But you're saying that if you know what you're doing, you can have a one resource.
You can have
Is that
one
what-
resource.
So right now we have a student, teachers, and events.
Events, exactly. Yeah, there are 3 resources are there. Yeah. Yeah. If you define the resource type, there is one template. Yeah, one template will pass a student to that template. It builds that student
yeah.
the code. Okay.
Yeah,
It's like that. Yeah.
that's really. So maybe next time you show me that. But right now let's go.
Okay, it's over. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
We'll discuss in the next session. Okay?
Yeah, because
Meanwhile, go through this stuff.
Right now I want to learn this way right now and practice
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
And when I know it, then you can show me how I can combine.
Okay. No problem.
But that's what I was thinking, because a lot of stuff here is kind of repetitive, right?
Exactly.
So it's good to have a way to,
Yeah.
to combine all that into one simple way of doing it.
So no, your assignment is go through this thing and try to understand about if you come over it. Click on this one, 1.0 spec.
Okay.
If you click on 1.0 spec, this page got open, and try to see this one types. Okay, the types. How many types are the string type, integer type, boolean type, weight type? Just to have a view on that types.
Okay.
And how to define the query parameters. Here I didn't define query parameters, but we can define query parameters like this. I want to define query parameters, but for date I want to define query parameters with query param. We want some query param. School. Defines query parameter also.
Schema.
Try to understand this code, Hamud.
Okay, can you go over with me this one?
This one?
Yeah.
See.
So we have, and that's a title. Okay, ABI with types.
Yeah.
You call a media type. You can call it whatever you want, right? Media type.
This
one.
The
media type.
Media type application. JSON. Okay, everything in this RAM, we are communicating. We are creating JSON. That is one media type.
But media type is
It's optional. It's not a mandatory even.
Okay. Anyway, you say types, right?
No, yeah. See here, if I can define a media type like this, this is optional. Means in your API, what kind of your training will communication with XML or JSON. That's different media type, but it's optional.
Yeah.
Okay. And this types is, see in this example, right? So define the types over entire types over here. So what we did is we created this in a file and we refer the file in our API. We refer that file. Okay, refer this YAML file, but we can define inline also. Here also I can define the entire stuff like this.
Okay, hold on. So here, the type they have, you call an organization like org.
Yeah.
And under that types, and then you have another type called object.
It's like this. I can copy this one.
So, okay.
Now, this organization has two properties. One is on-call and head. Okay. On-call is equal to alertable admin. What is alertable admin? That thing I can see. Alertable admin. Alertable admin is this one.
Okay. So go up almost. This is like another level. So there's a type.
Another level, exactly. Yeah.
these are types, and you get organization. An organization
person.
has, wait a second, an organization has a two objects, is it?
Two properties.
Two properties.
Yeah.
But you know, all the properties, we put it together in our example. Can you go back our example?
Yeah.
So
This
I thought,
thing, right? Yeah.
I thought all the properties need to be next to each other, but this time each property has a different object in it.
Each property has different object only. Exactly. Yeah. The property itself an object. That also we can define.
Yeah.
See, the organization has two things, right? Now, see, alert product. What is the alert product mean? That alert product property defined over. This is the
Yeah.
Alert product mean it's a type of admin. Okay, and its property is 4. What's the type as admin? Let me see. It's not a type of object, type of admin, right? Okay. So, sorry. What is admin? Admin is this one.
Yeah, this is a
admin property.
Yeah.
It has multiple layers over here.
Yeah, this is a different level. Yeah, layers.
Different layer.
It's kind of confusing to me, but yeah.
Admin has a person. Admin is a type of person. Now, what is a person? The person. It's a person. So when you define an object hierarchy like this, right? See, it's a person. Admin is of type person, and person has the 3 properties. One is first name, last name, and title. Whereas admin, along with these 3 properties, first name, last name, and title, he has one more property called a clearance level. Admin has a type of person, but he has separate properties. Is a clearance level. So for admin, 4 properties will be there. First name, last name. Yeah.
Ganesh,
yeah.
So the admin or person, what are they?
There are
types.
There are types. Yeah, types.
There are types.
Right? See, person is an object type, whereas admin is a person type.
Okay.
The types only. The types. Basically, they are
different type. Yeah.
They're custom data types, not an general type. They're custom data types. These types we are defining, right? Okay. The API developer is defining these types, right? API designer and developer. So these are custom types. Your person might be different. If I define a person, my person would be different. I will define different properties for person, right?
But this right now, the person level here is very it's easy to understand.
Yeah.
What was hard for me to understand was the on the top they have what's the other one? And this one, like organization one.
Yeah. This is hierarchy structure. See, person is very basic data type.
Yeah.
Right? Person contains 3 properties: first name, last name, and title. So whereas admin is a person. Basically, admin is also a person, right? So admin has 3 names: first name, last name, and title. Along with these 3 properties, he has one more property called clearance level.
Okay, got it. So you say under admin type.
Yeah.
The type is a person.
Yeah, exactly.
And okay, the type is a person, and it refers to the person type, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna inherit everything that has a type, as a person has.
Exactly, correct. Yeah.
And then it has one more property called
clearance
level. Super. Okay, this one is good. This one is good. Now, thanks for explaining. But go up 2 more.
The clearance level value should be only 2 values should be supposed to. Either high or low.
Yeah, enum, yeah. So
Enum.
go the organization one.
Okay, now see, alertable admin is a kind of admin, right? Alertable admin, and alertable admin has one more property called phone.
Yeah.
Is admin means admin is a person
Okay,
means
okay, okay,
see,
okay. So you say that alertable admin
yeah,
is, and it is type is admin, and
exactly, yeah,
whatever admin has,
exactly, yeah,
including the clearance level,
exactly,
and but they also have an extra property called a
property,
phone.
phone,
Phone.
exactly, yeah, yeah,
All right. So go up one more up then.
yeah.
This is the
Now org type on call refers to alertable admin type, right?
so hold on, before you go that see org. The type is object.
Object type,
Okay, and the properties on
properties.
call. This is the normal straightforward
Yes,
property, right?
on call property,
Uh,
yeah,
alert,
uh,
alertable,
admin,
alertable admin, and
yeah,
head manager.
yeah. On call property is it's not a string, it's not an integer. What kind of it is? It is a alertable admin type. Means it has 5 properties, five fields, right? His first name, last name, title, clearance level, and phone. Right? Alertable admin has 5 properties. It is an admin with the phone extra
So
property too, right? Yeah.
so this one is the on-call property.
Yeah.
What that thing is not a what do you call? It's not a string. It's not object. It's not a what do you call that? What is that called then?
It is a custom object. It's the object
Custom
itself.
object.
Yeah, custom
Okay.
object. But actually,
And it's referring to wow. This is another level, another and.
yeah,
So let me practice first what you taught me today, and then
yeah,
maybe we come back to this level. This is really once I know this is really good to design a
API,
API.
right? Yeah. Even if you practice for trades for today, trades
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. So
data.
how do you run the program we just did?
That's is see, I just defined this example, right? So this is an API
How,
only.
how can we how can we test? Can we test it?
With test means if you want, you can mark it. Get mark configuration. Get the API. Mark it this one. Get run to the postman. Like we test the other day, you can
Yeah.
the postman. As we given examples for most of things, so that see the URL. Then if you want students,
Yeah.
okay.
We're supposed to get whatever that
One thing I given something like what's query parameter given something like query parameter for student.
what was it?
Query parameter ch name something like that. I for given demo I given ch name something. Yeah, I got students information.
That's nice.
Teachers I didn't given for query parameter, so query parameters. Teachers information, teacher ID, specific teacher information, without an array, right? Single
Yeah.
teacher is right.
Yeah.
So that's why you can test as you given examples.
How about the student ID?
Student ID also can use. Get array of students, right? Okay, I'm getting a single student. Sorry, single student because I'm asking specific student, right? So this 45 go to that curly braces. Therefore, I get one that specific student. And we can also import to any point studio and we can see how the flows are
Yeah,
generating.
that's very good.
That also
So
is.
I'll practice this and today and